crack open the window.
Oh, that's better.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Government Tech Summit brought to you by Elets Technomedia and Autodesk. Elets Technomedia, the premier technology and media research organization of Asia and the Middle East, has been championing the cause of the government and industry for the past nearly 2 decades. We've been building knowledge-sharing platforms and highlighting the importance of innovations across sectors through conferences, publications, and knowledge portals. I'm your host, Priya Yadav. I'm a senior assistant editor with Elets Technomedia. Autodesk is changing how the world is designed and made. The company's technology spans architecture, engineering, construction, product design, manufacturing, media, and entertainment, empowering innovators everywhere to solve challenges big and small, from greener buildings to smarter products to more mesmerizing blockbusters. Autodesk software helps customers to design and make a better world for all. The Government Tech Summit today, which is the third edition, aims at assisting government agencies in making their projects innovative, sustainable, and cost effective. The deliberations will focus on empowering sustainable town planning with technology. The summit also aims to lay emphasis on leveraging technology driven tools and optimizing the design. This helps immensely to overcome challenges faced by the Public Works Department in planning, designing, and construction and maintenance of built environment besides infrastructure development. The need for such discussions acquires more significance now, since across the spectrum, sectors are embracing digital tools, but too often people remain siloed in their respective jobs with disconnected processes burdened by data that is not as useful as it could be. The time is now for everyone to fully realize the benefits of digital transformation and learn about capabilities that will empower the innovators and creators to be more productive and more profitable. We are privileged to have with us Mr. S.P. Singh, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, Government of India. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
That you have a very rich and varied experience in project execution, contract management, and policy formulation. He's the main architect of the Work and Procurement Manual of DVC. He was also on deputation to the National Highway Authority of India for around 4 years as general manager. He would be speaking on sustainable mobility, smart roads, and highways, which have become the lifeline of growing economy in the country. Interacting with him would be Devansh Kakkar, Territory Solutions Engineer AEC, Autodesk India Private Limited. Devansh, a civil engineer by education with specialization in building structural engineering, joined Autodesk in the year 2016 as Technical Solutions Specialist for Building Design Solutions. He currently leads technical engagements for strategic territory and mid-market accounts in India. Over to you, Devansh.
Thanks a lot, Priya. Thank you so much, Singh sir, for taking the time out. Priya, I think Singh sir has certain content to share. So if we can put up the content and then we can have a quick conversation with him post that.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll have the PPT now.
Over to you, sir. The floor is all yours.
Thanks, Priya, and thank to the organizer also for giving me such an opportunity to put forth the views of government on this sustainable mobility, smart roads and highways. Can you move to the next slide, please? This is the just introduction part, And introduction, just this sustainable word, little bit misnomer, although the people know it. Sustainable means that whatever you are doing today, uh, it should not be consumed by you yourself. It should remain available to your next generation to come. So normally this sustainability and environment protection is attached to each others, but only environment is not a two things to be protected. Other resources are also required to be protected. Naturally, when you call the resources, the environment may encompass all the things. So this only revision of this carbon emission, that will not help in the sustainability. You have to have very careful while utilizing the other natural resources also, like water, this non-renewable resources or like that. So even you have to be cautious about the consumption of coal, consumption of water. Uh, the day may come that you might face a difficulty for getting the proper soil also, the way the soil degradation is happening. Now coming to this road and highways, we have a thematic approach of this future smart highways. That is the three C, but the two C and one is, that is communication, convenience, and safety. Communication we normally means from our road to the vehicles. So that kind of communication we mean, and that things are coming in form of autonomous vehicle, the smartness of road, where this signage will be in such a fashion that it is easily understandable by the road users or like that. Similarly, the convenience. Uh, Now the question of convenience comes in a number of ways. The first convenience is the ridership of the highway itself, which has improved a lot in the recent days. The second convenience is related to the user's facility, which we are trying to introduce, and we have introduced to the certain highways also in form of wayside amenities, where road users will love to travel on the roads, and they will be having all kind of facility which one needs during travel time. Like you will be having this good restaurant, the good rest place, the good toilet facility, good facilities for the women, and if they desire, so they can feed their babies also. A kind of little bit trauma center also, and some facility for where this local produce can be promoted and can be allowed to be sold to the road users. So those kind of things we are coming up with, and this wayside amenities will be there. And this importance of wayside amenities are more where the roads are getting now access controlled. So in those access controlled highway, so you have to have every kind of facilities. Beside this wayside amenities serving the need of the road users, we are also concerned about the need required for the vehicle part. Like we'll having this repair shop for the vehicle, we'll having the rest room for the drivers, we'll be also having the charging facilities for the electric vehicles. So all these kind of concepts are coming, and we have already awarded some work also, and this around 118 site, 118 WSA wayside amenities have been awarded, which will entail all those facilities which I have already elaborated. Now the third part is the safety. So even if all convenience and communications are provided and safeties are not there, I think the road users will not be encouraged to use the road more. Maybe, and this safety consists of both the parts. First, from the road engineering side. Second is from the vehicle safety. So, lot of focus is going on the road safety. We are trying to have a road safety audit at every stage of the highways involved, starting from the concept stage, planning stage, then construction stage, and then O&M stage. So at every stage, we are going to have a road audit, and we are trying to improve road engineering so that the accident doesn't happen due to some fault of the road engineering aid. On the similar line, we are also ensuring that vehicles are adequately safe, and that's why the number of promotions are coming, like alarm button, the compulsory of seat belt, the compulsory of airbags, And this recently we have also come with the BM cap, where the rating in terms of road safety will be assigned to the vehicles, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, so that the customers are informed and they are purchasing the vehicle as per the informed dealer. So this is all about this introduction part. Move to the next slide, please. These are the concepts which are presently available in some of the recently built highway, and where all the things which we have mentioned here, like variable message sign, variable speed limit signs. Variable speed limit signs we design in such a fashion, and this is most important in case of tunnel, and the length of when the length of tunnel is longer. Suppose you are having a length of tunnel around more than 10 kilometer, and there is a congestion in between the tunnel. So from control room of that tunnel, we advise the speed limit beyond the tunnel traffic, so that on a screen they can get the speed limit, and accordingly they will regulate their speed, so that the congestions are cleared in time, and they also don't feel inconvenience while crossing the tunnel. Although there will be time, but this chaotic management or management due to rushing to the spot will not happen. Similarly, this electronic lane indicator will be there. Suppose the lane will be regulated electronically, and whenever a particular lane is having more congestion, you will be given a forewarning type of things that this lane is getting congested. You please switch over the lane, and this lane is a little bit easier. So in that way, this lane regulation will happen. This incident detection and traffic monitoring camera. So this will help in noticing where these congestion are happening or like that. Access controlled highways. These access controlled highways are helping in two, three ways. The first, the movement of cargo will have a reduced travel time. So this will save fuel, save time, more business volume, because you can the same truck can have a more turnover in a month if the times gets reduced. So this will increase the income also. The competitiveness of the product can also increase, because the transporter may think of giving some incentive to the this transport user also. By way of this access controlled highway, we are also trying to avoid accident, because in that case, you cannot have the vehicle which are coming from other side, or the vehicle entering instantly, and which unnoticed vehicle will be uh, cannot enter on the highway. Then electronic toll collection, we are already having the FASTag, and the penetration has reached up to the 97% of the total vehicle. So this is also reducing the time, as well as congestion time is also getting reduced. But presently, the ministry is also thinking of some solution with regard to this barrier-free tolling. So we are proceeding towards that, but that is in the process, and it may take some time. Regarding this intelligent lighting system, so this has already been when some of the this uh, building system, we are also trying to have at least in the urban portion some kind of intelligent lighting system, so that we can save this energy. And we are also trying to have our highway lit through the solar power, so that in daytime you can store the power through the battery system or like that, or through the grid operation, and in the night time we can utilize the same. Then incident management control center and operation and control center are also there. Third slide, please. These are the government initiatives for making road more smarter. The highway nest, which I already elaborated, this particularly consists of two type of things. One is the wayside amenities, where you will having a full facility of all requirements for road users and vehicle users, and even for the vehicle also. And there will be some kiosk type of thing also at the toll plaza, where you can have just suppose you need an water or some cold drink, or you need some public conveniences. So those things will also be provided at the toll plazas or like that. EV charging, solar infra along the expressways. So those things are will be there. Now we are also supported with two important things. One is the national logistic policy and this PM Gati Shakti NMP. So here we are trying to utilize the technology part. Your topic is also that how the technology can help us. So apart from making the road smarter, now we are focusing on adoption of new technology right from the planning stage to the execution stage. This new Gati Shakti NMP National Master Plan will help us in integrated planning, coordinated implementation, as well as while you are planning, you can have a first-hand idea of where the reserve forests are coming, where the rivers are coming, where the eco-sensitive zones are there, where are the other facilities are available, township or other industries are there, so that the planning not for the roadways. 16 ministries are attached with the National Gati Shakti Master Plan, PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, and you will be able to see all the installations of all the 16 ministries. Apart from the line transport ministries, you will be able to see the other industry ministries also and even their future plans, so that your planning will be much easier and rerouting or redoing of the same thing or intervening with the other planning will not come. So this will also reduce effectively the execution time. On the similar line, we have already come out with the national logistic policy, which main focus is to make an improvement in the infrastructure, to make an improvement and technology-based procedural part, and to make an improvement in the information area. We are coming with a unified logistic interface platform where users will be fed with all kind of data. Just you click, you will be getting all kind of data, which network you have to follow, which combination of network you have to follow, even for passengers and even for the cargo. Suppose you have to go to from Delhi to Mumbai, then the which corridor, a combination of road, rail, waterways, which gives you the this cheapest carriage cost as well as less travel time, like which you compare while traveling by the air. So this kind of facility is coming under the national logistic policy. PM Gati Shakti NMP, I have already told. Then fiber optic infrastructure, we are also coming out, and we are laying this fiber optics along our highway, so that our highway is also rich in information content also. So sometimes we are also calling it our highway should not be only a smart, it should be a smart in information highway also, information concept also. Green National Highway Corridor project, where we are trying to leverage the technology to use the waste materials and the in situ material available, so that our dependence on the natural resources like aggregate gets reduced. So that will also save the environment, will also encourage the use of the waste products, also encourage the use of in situ materials. So this will save the rare resources, save the time, and as well as promote the environment. Then multimodal logistic park, we are also coming out with the 35 multimodal logistic park, and which is working on the hub and spoke model, where these to and fro movements are getting avoided. And natural, when the movements are getting avoided, this will reduce in consumption of fuel. The consumption of fuel will save the cost, and less fuel, less carbon emission, so sustainability to the environment. Moreover, there will be a facility of intermodal operation, where you can shift your cargo from one mode to others from the park itself. So the small movement from the road to the rail will also get avoided. And this MMLP will have at least two mode of network integrated out of the four prevalent modeways, that is road, rail, uh, air, and waterways. So out of these four, naturally two of them will be necessarily be there, so that the intermodal shifting can take place without any hassle. Intermodal stations, this is a kind of similar name for the passengers. MMLPs are basically for the cargo. Intermodal station for the passengers, where you will have a network of integrated bus port or integrated railway stations, where all the transport, I mean urban transport and long distance transport for the passengers will get integrated. Once you get down at the station or at the airport, you will get a metro or you will get a railway. Similarly, if you stand get down at the bus port, you will have a connection through the metro to the nearest railway station or like that. So that is the concept of intermodal station. The port connectivity projects we have taken up as a special focus to connect to the first and last mile connectivity. What we are finding that most of the distance we are traveling in a shorter time, but the last leg of distance of 10 to 20 kilometers, sometimes the time consumed is exorbitant. So this we are reducing through the port connectivity, and we are having a special focus on this. And we hope that within 2-3 years, all 87 operational and under implementation ports will get connected. So this is about this port connectivity projects. Then the National Electric Bus Program, you might have heard about it. We are trying to have a more and more electric bus for the passengers, and this will help in the long term in the reduction of cost also, and the environment is the natural things. And we are also trying to have this battery charging facility through the solar power, so that the dependence of fossil fuels also get reduced. What will next slide, please? This benefit of a smart road and highways and a smart infrastructure. I think while elaborating our previous slide, I have already covered more or less most of the things which are covered here. So I think I should skip this slide. Please move to the next one. This is with regard to the parking and e-tolling. So that is already happening. The improved services and emergency response. This is one area where we are trying our best. We have come out with the golden hour scheme also, this insurance scheme. So we are attacking this problem through multi-pronged strategy. Like in this citizen-centric facility, we are extending, and then regarding this emergency response, we are coming with a trauma center. We are also thinking of having some kind of facility of this helipad where this air ambulance can drop or like that. Sorry. So this kind of thing is there. Improved road layout and pavement condition. This I have already elaborated. Sustainable transportation I already covered, I think, in my previous slides. Then the future of a smart highways. Now this is some kind of imagination, and this is totally on this internet. I think the figure is not coming in your slide. Have you sent the figure? So figure, this is a kind of thing where every information will be available. Yeah. So just to imagine the figure, this is just picturize what kind of things are going to come in the future. That car is one vehicle is communicating to the others. Whether you receive those communication or not, that is will be your discretion. But you will be having all kind of informations. So this information revolution is going to come in the highway also. Next slide, please. Now you see this. This is also a kind of similar kind of this revolution in the communication system, where everything will be given kind of information. And this after coming this 5G, we are going to have a better technological facility, and you will be getting information, and accordingly you can manage your this movement of your carrier or like that. So that will add a number of fundamental changes which will happen in the road transportation sector and the transportation sector as a whole. I think with these ideas, I have tried to cover this concept of smart highways and our attempt and our efforts in that direction. And if any suggestion comes during our interaction, We'll take note of those things, we'll study those things, and we'll try to incorporate in our policy whenever we happen to make those policies in time to come. So once again, I thank the organizer and Priya in especially. Now, Priya, over to you.
Thank you, sir. That was a very enriching insight in what future, exciting future holds for sustainability. Devansh, over to you for some questions to Mr. SP Singh.
Absolutely, Priya. And again, thank you so much for such an enriching presentation. It was really insightful. It was also heartening to see some of the initiatives that are being taken by Ministry of Road and Transport in terms of adopting technologies to ensure we deliver sustainable projects faster and better. I just have a couple of questions for you, sir. First thing, I mean, we all know like transport infrastructure is much more than asphalt, concrete, or steel. It is the backbone of national economies, provides connections to people, goods, access to jobs, services, and actually enables an overall economic development of the country. It is also one of the key pillars of our honorable Prime Minister's vision to make India $5 trillion economy. But having said that, what we've seen as per a latest statistic, which was published by Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, still, even after leveraging certain technologies or with the processes that we have, close to out of 1600 odd projects, mega projects that the country is planning, 40% are running over budgets, 50% are running on over schedule. So just wanted to understand, how do you see technology playing a pivotal role in terms of achieving business outcomes, ensuring that we stay on track in terms of our project delivery?
Yeah, very interesting questions. But let me start with a kind of positive note. Uh, yes, we agree that there are delay in the projects, but we being in the government, we always take everything positive. We focus on how much we are able to take out of the projects from the delayed path, how much we are able to take out the projects which were non-starter. So those are the things we have done a lot. Yes, I agree. There are some projects which are still on delayed path. The focus and the monitoring and the progress, monitoring of those works are going even at the highest level of the government. So with positive note, I think I would like to highlight one thing, that we have taken number of projects out of the red zone. We have saved around 6 lakhs crore from becoming this non-performing asset in the road sector. The projects which were non-starter, now they have started. Now coming to we are leveraging technology to get these things reduced. We cannot say that this will be totally reduced. That will be a kind of imaginary claim. The first, let us come to the planning part, because in planning we have to be very meticulous, and the more better planning is, the less execution hurdles will be. So for planning, what we are doing, we are utilizing this drone survey for the accuracy. We are also utilizing the lidar. So we are attempting in two ways. We are trying to get the accuracy as well as the reduction in the time in the plan. So we are not compromising with the accuracy while utilizing the technology. And the latest revolutionary concept is the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, where we are having every layer of information on single platform. And whenever any ministry is coming with any kind of proposal, they easily visualize that what kind of planning are being done by the other ministry, what kind of industry are they coming with, so that you can integrate or you can augment your planning accordingly. And moreover, there are certain layers also on which your planning has to be vetted. So these are the things for the planning part. Let us come to the construction part. So in construction part also, as I mentioned earlier also, we are trying to utilize this in situ material. we are trying to go for a soil stabilization. So that same soil you are using it, stabilizing with some kind of bonding materials. So that will also save time with the help of technology, and also ensure that your works doesn't get delayed due to the external factors. Actually, in delay of the projects, it's not only internal mechanism and the official procedural mechanism. There are external factors also on which you don't have any control, or there are constraints which has to be taken very carefully. So this soil stabilization is also coming. Then we are also trying to use this in situ available material as an aggregate also. We are also trying to use this reclaiming of the bituminous material. Presently, we are making mandatory that 10% of the length of the highway in the new award should be reclaimed. So in that way, the dependency on the bitumen will reduce. Similarly, this further improvement in the technology that we are going to have a design for the highway for the larger axle load. So that will also reduce in long-term sense the construction time, and as well as the life of the project will increase. So that will reduce your O&M part of the things. Now come to the O&M. While going for an operation, this electronic toll collection is the first part. Then the traffic management, the more smartly you manage the traffic, the more operational part and the more facility will be made available to the road users. Then the suppose potholes repair. First for that we are coming with some kind of predictive maintenance, where we can have some kind of sensor or like that, where you can get an alert that this particular stage of the road is reaching to that stage where you require that repair should be done. This is in the nascent stage, but we are trying to that also. So in that case, we'll be able to preempt where there is a likely stage of getting it bad or potholes are likely to be developed, so that we can take it up and preventive maintenance can be done. Then integrated solution to improve the safety standards that I already elaborated, to minimize the accidents and reduce the response time. So we are now we are attempting these things from the other areas also, because this is a transport ministry and the vehicle standards are also with us. We are also improving the citizen-centric facilities. We are also trying to some negative part for the drivers also. The driver trainings are happened in a better way. The driver gets the proper rest. As per one of the data, probably the truck drivers gets only 2 hours of sleep. So that is also one of the reasons for getting some kind of accidents. So those things we are attempting. We are trying to address the problem from the grassroots. So these are the some of the steps which we are trying to help of the technology, and that will definitely help us in getting the use of technology and reducing the overall delay of the project. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for that answer. One, the follow question I have is, while technology brings with itself a huge latitude of benefits, the initial adoption is always sometimes a struggle. So there are always certain challenges associated when it comes to technology adoption. So just wanted to understand from your end, what were the key challenges that you face currently in terms of this whole technology adoption, and how are you breaking through these barriers or these bottlenecks that come with technology adoption?
This is also equally interesting question, but let me answer it in a very cogent manner. The first thing, if you go by this psychology of a human being, and if you go to the disorganizational behavior and you study anybody's psychology, even if there some changes happens in home, the resistance comes.
Right.
So the first thing, there is a natural tendency to resist changes. So this is but natural. But now, why there is a challenge? The challenge is in the adoption of new technology are many. The first, no forcing results are available. Whatever results are available, it is in the lab. So we have to convince our people. We have to stand behind the person or the industry who is coming with the new technology. So this support of the government now, which is coming forth, and examining it from the various bodies and quickly also. Examination doesn't mean that you examine a technology in such a fashion that new technology comes. So this time gap should also should be limited. So now we are standing behind our this whatever whoever is coming with a new technology. We are not going to have such kind of but only thing some kind of this larger defect like period will be there, but reasonable only. But we are very much encouraging the new technology. Our attitude is very simple. The orders are very clear that whenever the new technology comes and it has to be studied, and the decision is to be given in the time-bound manner. So we have pushed, we have specified a time limit. I think this will be a game changer for adopting the new technology. The first thing, whoever is on the field, and if he implements the new technology, we are also trying to not to fix it. Otherwise, there is a lot of resistance by the field officials or like that, even by the contractor. Suppose he comes with a new technology and the technology fails, then we try to penalize the contractor or try to penalize the implementing officials. So those things are also some kind of a flexible approach has been taken into that. There will be a suitable examination or like that. So by these ways, resistance are there, but the solutions are also there. So we are moving towards solution. Challenges are there.
Absolutely, sir. Great to hear that. While we have a plethora of questions, we are bound by time. So I'll just have one more question for you coming directly from our audience. That's how is PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan bringing synergy between infrastructure and logistics across the length and breadth of the country?
Let me explain this in this way, that National Logistic Policy and PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan is complementary to each other. Since this National Master Plan is helping you in the integrated planning and coordinated implementation, National Logistic Policy attempts in 3-4 more directions. And the first part of that is infrastructure. The PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan basically focuses on the coordinated planning and the integrated planning of the infrastructure part. For improving the logistic, you need to address the other issues also. Apart from the infrastructure, there are other issues like the need of industry, the need of the process, various skills, various informations available. So this process part. So this is also process and procedural part. The contract documentation, the different nomenclature available in the market, interoperability of the things, standardization. Like if you are moving from the truck to train, so your goods should be in the same kind of some pallet should be designed. Like in the container, this you are having a 20-foot container and everything you are putting into it. So similarly, suppose you are having some kind of pallet size or a small container for the road and rail movement. So you are not supposed to see the inside of the pallet. That is sealed, the custom cleared, so that every time the checking is not required. So this kind of things, these are the procedural and operational part, interoperability. Now the third part is the, it is not the machine which is only important, it is the man behind machine is more important than the machine. So we have to skill the manpower also. This National Logistic Policy also covers that how we have to train our manpower. So those things we are also attempting to. So National Logistic Policy is a kind of intent. It's a kind of framework. It's a kind of guideline. And within those guidelines, the government will be supportive to the industry. So these are the two facets of this National Master Plan and this National Logistic Policy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for answering that, and thank you for your time, sharing your valuable experience, as well as the initiatives that MRTS is taking in terms of sustainable highways and delivering projects in a more sustainable way. I'd just like to call back our organizer so she can facilitate you with a small token of respect.
So thank you so much, Mr. SP Singh, for joining today. And it was a wonderful session. Thank you so much, Devansh, as well. So it was a very insightful session. And I hope there are many key takeaways for our listeners here. for this keynote address. And with this, we would like to give away a certificate, a speaker certificate to you, Mr. SP Singh. So thank
Yeah,
you
thank
so
you.
much for joining in today.
Yeah, thank you to you
Thank
all.
you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your valuable time today.
Yes.
I
And with this, we are ready with our next panel. And again, I would like to hand over the stage to Mr. Devansh Kakkar from Autodesk. Over to you, Devansh.
So after that enriching session from SP Singh sir, now we have an eminent panel of speakers from different PWDs across the country to share their experiences. Let me just quickly start by introducing them. So we have with us Mr. BP Burasi, who's the Chief Engineer for North Zone Gwalior, PWD Government of Madhya Pradesh. He's working as a chief engineer with North Zone. He has managed various projects of the Madhya Pradesh Public Works Department, the premier agency of the state government engaged in planning, designing, construction, and maintenance of government assets like roads, bridges, ROBs, flyovers, and buildings, etc. And finally, we have our third guest, Dr. N.C. Pal, who's the Engineer in Chief Design, Public Works Department, Government of Odisha. Thank you all, gentlemen, for taking the time out and coming to have a discussion with us on this panel. So my first question is, if you can just let us know about some of the key initiatives and some of the key projects that are being driven by the PWD department in for Government of Odisha. If you can just share certain insights around that with us.
Okay. Thank you, Nirnes, and thank you, the organizer, for giving this opportunity to participate in this discussion. I think I'm audible to all of you.
Yes, yes, absolutely, sir.
Okay, okay. I am currently working as Engineer Chief Design of State PWD, but I have worked from planning to design to procurement to contract implementation to asset management. So on these 5 areas where state government has taken initiative, I'll just brief to all of you. Like we have National Highway Development Program, State Government of Odisha initiated State Highway Development Program in 2013. The phase 1 of that program was to connect all the district headquarters to at least with a 2-lane road. Now we have SSDP2 is now in pipeline, where all the block headquarters, the tourist connect locations, the industrial locations, the roads are going to be connected through the national highway and the nearest state highway. So that is a massive program, State Highway Development Program 2 we are planning. And for this planning, of course, the existing road and some of the road which we have taken up from Panchayat Raj or Rural Development Department and some of the new road that have been identified completely through technology-based solution, taking the satellite imagery and with RGIS planning, we have taken the route plan, the alignment plan, everything. Then only we decided what could be the best alignment, what could be the where. There will be least social intervention, there will be least environmental problem. All these have been identified in the plan stage during the technology of satellite image and with RGS latest version. Once the planning is over, these are now under a procurement phase. For the procurement, state government of Odisha has the e-procurement, online procurement model that is developed through NIC long back. And we have a contractor database management system also. All the contractors of the state and outside who are working, they have been registered through online mode, so that entire contractor details are available in the CDMS portal itself. So online procurement through the CDMS portal, again, during the work itself, the construction are being monitored through e-Nirman platform, so that each stage of construction can be monitored, both the physical and financial progress, and the payment are being made through another platform called WAMI, SWARK, Accounts Management Information Systems. So this CDMS, WAMIs and e-Nirman, they are going to be integrated to one platform, so that after the procurement is over, means after the planning is over, government decide a budget and it's go for a procurement, and then the construction can be monitored, payment can be made online. All these things are in line, and many are already launched and being used, commissioned. Also, we had developed one e-muster roll application where each of the labor they are working at the site will be given an online payment. Many times the contractor don't pay to the ground laborers. So for that, we have made a initiative that is e-muster roll. That is also online application developed because of certain court case issue that could not be launched, could not be commissioned, but it is fully developed now. So these are some of the applications where the state procurement cell working under VAST department is doing. And in addition to that, as I say, and Joint Secretary Mr. Singh said, a lot of innovation has gone to the construction, particularly the FDR full depth reclamation or in situ cycling of the bituminous materials that we have already initiated in many of pilot projects. And we are going to repeat that in many of the new projects so that the natural materials can be saved for the posterity or can be planned for the posterity. And for all the long span of bridges, you might be knowing that Odisha is full of river, nalas, and there is a long coastline of about 480 kilometers. In nearby this coastline and all river and nalas and this inland waterway channels are now being declared. For because of that, we have now long span bridges ranging from 70 meters span to 100 meters span, long span bridges. So these are being executed under EPC mode. Now we have started to at least monitor some of the bridges during construction and during the operational stage through structural health monitoring system, for which Central Road Research Institute, CRRA Bridge Division, has been given one assignment. They are planning to monitor some of our critical projects. Already, the Odisha also, you will be possibly aware that Odisha is full of heritage structure, full of monuments. Some of the heritage structure like Sun Temple at Konark and Jagannath Temple at Puri are being constantly monitored through web-based application of structural health monitoring system for the sensors and laser profiler, etc. placed in situ on the monument, and we are monitoring from our office itself. So this is going on last 4-5 years where the technology, particularly the web-based application, are being used. Now coming to the operational stage, when the project is over, it's asset for us. So how to preserve and maintain this asset, how to plan for its maintenance funding. So for that, actually, through a World Bank funding, we developed a complete road asset management system in 2015. Odisha is the first state who came up with a web-based application of road asset management system, where the road conditions have been taken through the network survey vehicle or automated road survey system of CRRE. We engage initially CRRE. These vehicles looks like 108 ambulance with laser profiler, sensors, everything. They capture the distress and through the GPS coordinate, geo-reference coordinate distress are available when the vehicle moves there. These distress are again taken back to the system for their analysis to find out the maintenance strategy, maintenance priorities, and based on the budget scenario, through a highway development management tool, SDM, we do a economic planning of which road or which bridge is to take in priority maintenance and which can be deferred based on our budget planning. So that automated web-based application is already operational. We are trying to augment it through other applications like bridge management system. We are going to upgrade to that. So that is, and also with the accident data management system. So that is one way going on. As I said, the other thing that we are going to do, we have planning for a state-of-art laboratory for testing, and most of the state-of-art laboratory that will be under state quality control unit of the PWD. These laboratories will be real modern sensors and auto checkers to monitor like a GPR. We don't want to excavate a road to know the what is the layer, what is the DPM, or what is the bituminous layer. The penetrating radar technology which is already established, we are going to use the GPR technique so that we could know through an understated assessment what are the layers there, and that can be again web-based application connected to our headquarters. And so that every day we will postage of many of the site inspection site who are going on, georeference coordinate photograph of what is going on at a site, who are the officers visiting that site, what is the instruction given to the agency. These are being monitored through a WhatsApp application of the works management. And coming to other, as you have raised one of the question about the project delay process and other thing, as I said, we have e-Nirman platform and a dashboard is being augmented to know what are the issue. Maybe there is a land acquisition issue, maybe there is a tree cutting or utility relocation issues, or maybe there is a construction issue, the material is not available nearby, or maybe there is a payment issue, contractor not being paid, or maybe there is a government has not given clearance, so the work has not gone ahead. So these are the issue can be tracked through the augmented version of e-Nirman, which is under development. Already we have a first initial version of e-Nirman. The augmented version is under development through a consulting group. I hope with all these applications, the things will go more. And in fact, since I am depending currently at the design engineer chief for the design, when the planning is over, your AutoCAD version 2021, the Civil 3D, the primary version, which we used for all the drafting of our infrastructure, whether it's a road or a bridge or a building, whatever it may be. And for the design, we are using so many software, like from Stat Pro to ETAP to Lips, Breeze software, to Midas software, so many software. Of course, many of them may be server version, many of them they will be desktop version. So this is how in the planning, in the design, in the construction, and on the operational stage, the maintenance management, all are being done through the technology application, and many of them are web-based application. That is what the state government has taken on the IT sector for the infrastructure issues.
Amazing, sir. Yeah, thank you for telling that end-to-end story. I mean, how you've created an integrated project delivery system right from the planning phase, how information flows across different stages of the project life cycle, how you've been able to connect data seamlessly across different stakeholders and across different departments. So it's really enriching to hear such great work being done by the PWD in Odisha. So thank you for joining, Mr. Barasi. So my first
Sir,
question to you, sir, is if you can share with us some of the key challenges that you face as a pioneer of works in the public work department space in
yes,
terms of implementing new technologies, particularly in the rural infrastructure.
okay. Sir, I would like to speak in Hindi.
Please, sir, please feel free.
सर आई एम ए एमपी के अंदर मैंने काफ़ी प्रोजेक्ट करवाए हैं सर,
जी सर।
जो जहाँ अर्बन एरिया में जो प्रोजेक्ट करने पड़ते हैं, जहाँ आरओबी की बात करें हैं, रेलवे ओवरब्रिज की बात करें, सिटी पोर्शन में बिल्डिंग की बात करें, वहाँ डिफरेंट टाइप की कोऑर्डिनेशन की बहुत प्रॉब्लम आती है सर। लेक ऑफ कोऑर्डिनेशन की वजह से प्रोजेक्ट भी काफ़ी डिले होते हैं। तो उसके लिए कोऑर्डिनेशन प्रॉपर तरीके से फंक्शन हो, उसके लिए प्री प्लानिंग करके प्रोजेक्ट को कैसे हैंडल करना, कैसी एक्टिविटीज़ पे हमें जाना पड़ेगा, उसके लिए पहले से प्री प्लानिंग करके कोऑर्डिनेशन से लैंड एक्वायर करना, और जो भी उसके अंदर हिंड्रेंस है उसको क्लियर करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है। अदरवाइज प्रोजेक्ट हमारे काफ़ी डिले हो जाते हैं। तो इसके लिए हमें प्री प्लानिंग, उसके जो हमारी एक्टिविटीज जहाँ से स्टार्ट हो रही है उसके कम से कम 1 महीने पहले से हमें प्री प्लानिंग करने की आवश्यकता होती है, जिससे कि हम उसको टाइमली अचीव कर सकें सर। इस टाइप का मैंने यहाँ इंदौर में 5 आरओबी बनाए थे, उस समय देखा है। तो इसकी प्लानिंग करके लिए सर यहाँ एमपी में अच्छा डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर रहते हैं, वहाँ कोऑर्डिनेशन कमेटी रहती है। तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर वहाँ पर प्रॉपर तरीके से ऐसे डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट रहते हैं, उससे कोऑर्डिनेशन करके जितनी भी प्रॉब्लम को उसको जो भी फेस करना होती है उनको सॉल्व कर देते हैं, जिससे प्रोजेक्ट को बहुत इजी हो जाता है, वो टाइमली कंप्लीशन होने में बेनिफिट होता है सर।
जी
सर, तो इसी प्रकार से सर यहाँ पर यदि हम सिटी में और फेस करें तो लैंड इक्वेशन सबसे मेन, लैंड इक्वेशन करना बहुत टफ हो जाता है सर हमारा। तो उसके लिए और इजी करने के लिए डिपार्टमेंट के पास फंड की प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है, ये प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है, तो इसकी वजह से भी प्रोजेक्ट हमारे हेम्पर होते हैं सर।
ओके
सर,
थैंक यू सर। सो आई जस्ट कम, मैं फिर से आऊंगा आपके पास सर। माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज टू डॉक्टर पाल। So, sir, you kind of outlined the entire workflow in terms of the process or in terms of the initiatives that are taken and the processes that are set and the platforms that you have developed. Even you mentioned about having dashboards curated in terms of monitoring progress real time. Just wanted to bring in the sustainability angle. So, how are you leveraging sustainable technology platforms to drive this digital transformation within your projects?
Let me tell you, we are PWD means we are all civil engineers. Our domain is basically civil engineering. But most of the technology that we have developed, for example, this Odisha Road Asset Management System, which we developed taking a consultant, Lee Engineering from the engineering side and Bentley as from the IT side, and some developers, integrated platform developed. And for that, we need a lot of hardware, server, so many things. Maybe you have to keep the entire developed module in the state data center or NIC data center. What we have done in our headquarter office itself, all the servers, the rack blade servers, the RGI server, the database server, everything has been housed in our headquarter office itself. We have outsourced this senior level IT team here. We have a dedicated asset management cell for the sustainability of the system that is developed. Otherwise, it will have black spots, nobody will use it. As I said, our domain is civil engineering. Our domain is to plan, design, construct, maintain the road. But without this IT and without this high level of software application and platform, we cannot do rigorously, quickly, and most optimistically, we cannot do this work if you go through the old age method of doing the planning or design or doing the work. So to sustainability of this IT platform, we have, as I said, we have dedicated IT unit working with us. The hardware, server, everything housed in our premises itself. And many times, because many of things are with long-term maintenance contract, so when the software get updated, like this Odisha road management system, it is a server-based application which was housed in now. Now we are migrating to Ventri Cloud now. So during this transition state, of course, we have to make a disaster recovery system. All those things are going on parallelly, and also the system augmentation is going on. So that is one part on the software and other application part. For the sustainability, as you said, from the engineering point of view, all these road-related issues or bridge-related issues have based on the IRC guidelines and other thing. I am also the bridge IRC code committee B for convener, co-convener of the B for committee who prepared the pre-stage RCC and the design code for the country. We have also drafted the first asset management guideline SP 130, which has come up in the country, based on the outcome of Odisha, outcome of Karnataka, and outcome of NHI. These three outcomes have been detailed, deliberated in that guideline. What exactly asset management means, how it to be done, what are the technology you have to use, what are the platform available globally or nationally, how the platform to be chosen so that the interoperability with other applications that you might be using will be there. Suppose I have a database with Oracle platform I have already using. Maybe I will be interested to have similar type of platform where the backend will be itself the Oracle, not the SQL. So this interoperability of the application, that also we are looking at the time of development. And as I said, for the sustainability, there are two things. We have kept our design, planning, or asset management team for a long time, so that they are trained, they are augmented, they are not shifted from the headquarters as a regular policy matter. So that is sustainability of the human resource. Then sustainability of the system and application, as I said. And in terms of sustainability of the actual infrastructure work that we are doing, as I said, we are doing all the work based on the latest IRC or ministry or international best practices design based on the best material. And during construction and in the post-construction, we are monitoring rigorously. The quality monitoring is going on. And as I said, the long span bridges, we are going to monitor through a structural health monitoring system, online SHA.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing those valuable insights, sir. Brasi sir, आपके लिए मेरा अगला सवाल आपसे ये है कि आजकल हम लोग काफी सारी नई डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजीज देख रहे हैं. आप थोड़ी देर पहले एसपी सिंह साहब भी बता रहे थे कि MORTH क्या क्या इनिशिएटिव्स ले रहा है टू इंश्योर कि हमारे प्रोजेक्ट सस्टेनेबल हो. अभी डॉक्टर पाल ने भी थोड़ा बताया, तो आपसे भी जानना चाहेंगे कि क्या डिजिटल इनिशिएटिव लिए जा रहे हैं पीडब्ल्यूडी मध्य प्रदेश में टू एंश्योर कि हमारे प्रोजेक्ट ऑन टाइम ऑन बजट डिलीवर हो पाए.
सर ये बिल्कुल सही है कि आज का जो माहौल परिवेश है, हमें डिजिटल के ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा. सभी डिपार्टमेंट जा रहे हैं. उसी कड़ी में मध्य प्रदेश पीडब्ल्यूडी भी डिजिटल के ऊपर गया. तो हमारे यहाँ WMS सिस्टम बहुत अच्छा डेवलप किया है, जहाँ पर जो भी वर्क ऑर्डर निकलता है, वर्क ऑर्डर निकलने के बाद ही उसको उसके इंटर कर देते हैं. और जैसे जैसे वर्क स्टार्ट होता है, वर्क स्टार्ट होने के बाद उसके अंदर सभी डाटा उसमें फिट हो जाते हैं. जो टेक के हिसाब से फोटोग्राफ्स उसमें चले जाते हैं. और वो सिस्टम हमारे ENC लेवल से लगा के गवर्नमेंट तक, इवन तक हमारे ऑनरेबल CM साहब के पास भी होता है. उसके जितने भी डाटाज हैं उसको वो कभी भी आप चेक कर सकते हैं, देख सकते हैं. तो इस तरह का बहुत अच्छा डेवलपमेंट है, जिससे कि डे टू डे प्रोग्रेस को हम अपडेट कर देते हैं. डे टू डे प्रोग्रेस के साथ में उसके डाटा यदि हमारे सीनियर ऑफिसर को देखना है तो सीनियर ऑफिसर देख सकता है. उसके साथ फील्ड की जो प्रोग्रेस को भी अपडेट करके कहाँ डेली हमारे पास व्हाट्सएप मैसेज आता है. डेली व्हाट्सएप मैसेज आता है कि यदि आपकी प्रोग्रेस स्लो है तो मैसेज आ जाएगा कि आपकी यहाँ प्रोग्रेस स्लो है, तो यहाँ लीडिंग करना है या लेगिंग करना है. ये बहुत बढ़िया सिस्टम हमारा यहाँ डेवलप है. तो उससे मॉनिटरिंग लेवल का जो सिस्टम है बहुत अच्छा डेवलप है. उससे आपको वहाँ पर बैठ के भी बहुत अच्छे से मॉनिटरिंग कर सकते हैं कि कहाँ पर फेलियर है, कौन से पार्ट्स को आपको आगे ले जाना है, उसकी टाइम लिमिट कहाँ है, लेगिंग कहाँ हो रही है, 1 साल डिले हो रहा है, 2 साल डिले हो रहा है. ये पूरी की पूरी जानकारी हम अपडेट कर सकते हैं. तो यहाँ एमपी में बहुत अच्छा सिस्टम, इससे WMMS सिस्टम है जो कि PWD ने बहुत अच्छा से रन कर रहा है, उसको बहुत अच्छा उससे प्रोग्रेस भी हमारी इनहेंस हो रही है सर।
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing that. So my last question to Dr. Palan, probably it's a bit of a direct question, since you also mentioned your major chunk of the work, like even though you lead the larger team and you handle both design and extend it to the procurement cycle. But on the design phase, you mentioned you're using softwares like Civil 3D from Autodesk. So I just wanted to understand, how do these softwares enable your team in terms of ensuring accuracy of design, ensuring that you are able to deliver design within the stipulated timelines? If you can just share certain insights on that, sir.
Actually, this from since long we are using this Autodesk version of AutoCAD only in this latest version 2021 Civil 3D. Of course, it is quite faster. It has so many other modules. What we are observing, because as I said, here in the design wing, we are designing bridges, we are designing buildings. Bridges are all complicated. You have to create so many type of superstructure drawing, and building also with concrete, with steel, and with steel concrete compositions. So drawing from the design output, maybe it is from the output of CAD or ETAB or LEAP or MIDAS, whatever may be the output, transforming that output to the drawing, and even from the architectural drawing for the building, which come again from the same AutoCAD version of drawing, taking that AutoCAD drawing through the 3D modeling for my analysis. It is quite helpful, because without that possibly, this modeling or analysis will be impossible. Without the every time when you ask for architectural drawing design, we ask not only for the hard copy, we always ask the AutoCAD drawing version, at least the file itself, so that from there we can start our model and analysis. For example, the railway overbridge or any road alignment, when we are changing the alignment or doing a design of overbridge, most of the road overbridge passes or the flyover passes through city. So there will be large number of curves as per the availability of the building. You have to bypass the buildings. Large number of curves in the alignment itself when it is a railway overbridge or a flyover. To exactly design the span or superstructure in between the core, we need the complete AutoCAD drawing of that alignment itself. So without that AutoCAD drawing, we cannot even think of what could be the curvature, what could be the design moment or forces because of that curvature. And that is quite an impossible thing without this AutoCAD drawings for taking the design version. So in that way, what we observed, this latest version 2021 Civil 3D is quite helpful and quite useful. I expect that it will go for further recommendation with further new model in the coming year also. Thank you.
Absolutely. Really heartening to hear positive feedback from users and from eminent speakers like you, sir. मरासी साहब, आपसे मेरा अगला सवाल इसी उसमें रहेगा. आप तो काफी रोड डिजाइन में एंगेज हैं. आपने एक किताब भी लिखी है, हमारी बात हुई थी रोड डिजाइन के ऊपर. तो मैं आपसे यही समझना चाह रहा था कि रोड डिजाइन के पर्सपेक्टिव से आपको क्या लगता है कि कौन सी टेक्नोलॉजीज हैं जो रोड डिजाइन के लिए, रोड को हमें अगर डिजाइन को ऑप्टिमाइज करना है, उसको ज्यादा एफिशिएंट बनाना है, तो उसके लिए हम यूज कर सकते हैं?
रोड के लिए सर, जो आजकल तो काफी डिजाइन पैरामीटर जो आज की बात कर रहे हैं, तो क्वालिटी की सर डिजाइन पैरामीटर तो स्पीड के हिसाब से डिजाइन होगा सर. बेसिकली हम किस स्पीड के लिए रोड को डिजाइन करना चाहते हैं, तो वो एक पैरामीटर हो गया. लेकिन साथ में क्वालिटी की बात कर रहे हैं या जो उसकी क्रस्ट डिजाइन की बात कर रहे हैं, वो एक अलग पैरामीटर हो गया. तो स्पीड, दो पैरामीटर पे हमें जाना पड़ेगा. हम किस स्पीड के लिए रोड डिजाइन करना चाह रहे हैं, वो पैरामीटर हो गया. देन उसकी कितने लोड के लिए, वो भी एक पैरामीटर हो गया. देन लोड के हिसाब से उसके साइड में लोकल अवेलेबल मटेरियल को कैसे यूटिलाइज कर रहे हैं, वो एक पैरामीटर हो गया. 3 पैरामीटर पे हमें कंसल्ट करना पड़ेगा सर, जिससे कि क्वालिटी, जब प्रोजेक्ट बनता है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जब भी डेवलप होता है सर, उसमें पैसा बहुत लगता है. तो पैसे को कैसे यूटिलाइज करें, वो भी एक हमारा पैरामीटर में आना पड़ेगा सर हमें, जिससे कि लोकल मटेरियल को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा यूटिलाइज करके हम उसको प्रोजेक्ट की कास्ट को कम से कम, इन्वायरमेंट के लिए भी बेनिफिट हो सकता है. तो इस पैरामीटर में जाना पड़ेगा सर. तो हमारे प्रोजेक्ट भी होंगे और इस प्रोजेक्ट का यूटिलाइजेशन भी होगा. और सर आजकल तो बहुत अच्छा डिजाइन के लिए जो बेस्ट डिजाइन हो जाए, लेकिन ये पैरामीटर को हमें मेन ध्यान देना होगा जिससे कि हमारी प्रोजेक्ट की कास्ट कम लगे सर। उसमें वो पैरामीटर को ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्व करना पड़ेगा हमें सर, कि हम बहुत अच्छी डिजाइन कर लें लेकिन कास्ट हमारी प्रोजेक्ट की ज़्यादा तो वाइबल नहीं होगा। तो वाइबली तो हमें फंड तो वो प्रोजेक्ट हमारा सक्सेस नहीं होगा। तो ये पैरामीटर हमें बेसिक चीज़ पे ध्यान देना होगा सर।
जी सर, थैंक यू सर। सो मेरा एक बस आखिरी क्वेश्चन टू डॉक्टर पाल, एंड दिस इज नॉट फ्रॉम माय साइड, दिस इज कमिंग फ्रॉम आवर ऑडियंस हु इज लिसनिंग योर एमिनेंट थॉट्स. So, so the question is to Dr. Pal. Smart cities are all about sustainable development through technology. How is technology empowering the government sector for sustainable town planning and development? So, from smart city perspective, how we can approach the overall smart city design in a more sustainable way.
I think on
That's the
the
crux of
smart
the question.
city, I think on the smart city or on the smart highways, Joint Secretary Ministry has already highlighted some of the things.
Yes.
We need a smart city means everything is smart. We call it intelligent transport system, starting
True,
from
sir.
the traffic signal and to the road signage and to the toll plaza itself. Everything should be smart itself. And like we have variable signboards that if we are traveling in a route, we can have a display of the messages that there is a crowd or there is a traffic congestion at the next location, so we have to change over the direction or we have to stop somewhere. Or if this, suppose there is a continuous rain or there is a flood and because of the rain some stretch is already submerged, then there will be advanced message in the variable signboard itself on the route that the next stretch on this location is already submerged or there is a dislodgement due to flood, may have to divert. So those type of technology are already in situ in Odisha also. For example, we developed one project from Sambalpur to Laulkala on a PPP mode about 5 years back. In that, we have made this STMS cables, which possibly in the country first was made in Delhi Jaipur road. The STMS complete highway traffic management system. The fiber optic cables are laid throughout the road. There are CCTV cameras. There are high-end sensors which gives you what is the temperature, what is the humidity, what is the rainfall data, everything displayed on the this VMS or variable signboard, so that when the passenger or anybody who is traveling on the road can see today's temperature is that or today's rainfall forecast is that, the traffic flying on this route is this much of PCU or this much of vehicles are passing, because to capture how many vehicles are passing on the road, what is the axle load they are inducing on the road, we have already axle based sensors which are embedded on the pavement. Most of the things have been developed in country, have been utilized in many locations. We have ABCC, automatic vehicle count and classifiers. These are all sensor-based application. If you install ABCC on a road, you can know how many vehicles are crossing that particular location, along with their classification, whether it's a truck or this car. So this technology already available in the country. Many of the projects, particularly the highways which had been developed under public-private partnership, that means the private partner is there for a long-term concession period for operation and maintenance of the project. They are collecting toll. So that means every day they should know how many traffic is crossing to that particular toll plaza or through a particular locations. So that cannot be done through a manual process. For that, you have to fix all these inbuilt sensor like ABCC for automatic vehicle counter classifier, your automated payment-based axle load sensors, where you know what is the axle load. Is the truck is carrying a legal load or it is taking excess load? Because for excess load, there is a penalty payment in our toll act.
True.
All these has been built-in sensors are in place in most of the highway, which are operational in the national highway platform in PP mode. And many of the state, I think in MP or Gujarat, many of the state road have been developed under a PPP mode. In all this PP mode with long-term contract, all these smart systems are already inbuilt. And if you remember, Bhubaneswar was the smart city #1 declared about 4-5 years back.
Absolutely.
So,
That
and
was the reason I
once
asked you, sir.
and immediately government of Odisha took a very proactive step. They have a smart city authority in place with senior level IS officer, technical senior level technical team, consultant. So many have been working day and night. And if you come down to Bhubaneswar, you will see really all the road have been clean. There are smart sensors, smart signals. We have automated tap to get clean water, just like your ATM. We just push it, get a clean water from drinking water. You have automated display signboard in the bus stoppages, which gives throughout the year the events going on in and around Bhubaneswar along with other informations. Because we hosted 2 years back the international hockey at Bhubaneswar. We are going to host the international hockey again next year. It will be done parallelly in Bhubaneswar and in Raulkela in 2 of the international stadium. So because Bhubaneswar is a smart city with all these smart applications, globally also there are so many investors are coming and investing, and it is a major IT hub now in Bhubaneswar in the eastern zone of Odisha. So that way, not only the highway, all the smart city application, you have all the waste management, whether it's hospital waste management or the sewage disposal waste management, how to convert these debris to useful byproducts so that they will not be nuisance to the society. All these things are going on for the smart city applications. I can say that
Sure,
in
sir.
the near future, to come down to Bhubaneswar, we'll see some more development on these areas.
Absolutely, sir. We'll plan the visit as soon as possible. I mean, hearing from you, sir, it looks like great work is going down there in Bhubaneswar. So thank you so much, sir. I mean, we're just running out of time. We have so much more questions for both of you. To there's so much more to learn from both of you, but we are just out of time today. So thank you for sharing your valuable insights. Thank you for giving us your valuable time. I'll just like to call back Hemangini. So Hemangini, if you can come back and felicitate the speakers.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. NC Pal. Thank you so much, Mr. BP Borasi, आज यहाँ जुड़ने के लिए एंड इतने वंडरफुल इंसाइट्स देने के लिए। आप लोगों ने जो इनिशिएटिव्स जो आपके इंडिविजुअल स्टेट्स में, रिस्पेक्टिव स्टेट्स में लिए गए हैं, सो हमारे साथ जो आज जितने भी ऑडियंस हैं जुड़े हुए, दे हैव कम टू नो अबाउट, एंड आई थिंक उनके लिए भी काफी ये की टेकअवेज हैं आज के सेशन से। एंड ये पूरा इवेंट इतना आज का इतना अच्छा हुआ है, पूरा इवेंट, एंड हमारे साथ बहुत सारे स्टेट से जुड़े, एसपी सिंह जी जुड़े, बीपी बोरासी जुड़े मध्य प्रदेश से, डॉक्टर एनसी पाल जुड़े। सो इट वाज अ वेरी वंडरफुल एंड exciting session, and thanks to you, Devansh, for moderating it so well. And it is our pleasure today कि हम ये event आज कर पाए, ये पूरा webinar आज कर पाए. So with this, I would like to give away a special token of appreciation as a certificate. So our first certificate goes to Dr. N.C. Pal, Engineer-in-Chief, Public Work Department, Government of Odisha. Thank you so much for joining today, sir. And our next certificate goes to BP Borasi ji, Chief Engineer, Government of Madhya Pradesh. Thank you so much for joining today. And last but not the least, our wonderful moderator of today, Mr. Devansh Kakkar, Territory Solution Engineer, AEC, Autodesk India Private Limited. Thank you so much, Devansh. You moderated it so well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hemangini. And thank you, Dr. Pal. Thank you, Mr. Borasi, for your time, sir. It was a pleasure interacting with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.